Do you ever wonder how it all starts? How did your local quilt shop become a shop? What was the inspiration, the motivation, the process, and who makes it all happen? Today I'm taking you behind the scenes and we're answering just a few of those questions as we get to know Kim Place of Beehive Craft Studio and then take a quick tour around this beautiful shop. Come on, let's get to know Kim. In a world of mass production and digital screens, Kim Place is fostering creativity and connection through the timeless art of sewing at Beehive Craft Studio. As owner of this unique quilt shop, she's creating more than just a retail space. She's building a community where both experienced quilters and young beginners can discover the joy of making something with their own hands.
Hi, my name is Kim Place and I own Beehive Craft Studio in Austin, Texas. Beehive Craft Studio is a modern fabric store and workshop space for adults and kids. I started out teaching kids when my son was in 2nd grade and his friends figured it out. And then I went on to teach summer camps at one of the local shops, Valley and Kim in Dripping Springs, that unfortunately closed. And after she closed, I kind of traveled around as a traveling teacher with my machines and supplies to teach kids summer camps and after school programs. And then in December 2019, I got my first brick and mortar. So technically, Beehive is 5 years old this month. And then shortly after that, we had the pandemic. And my plan for my brick and mortar was just to have workshops. And that changed when none of us could leave our homes. So I put all of my inventory online and that did really well. So I bought more inventory and I put more online. And I went from a small 400 square foot cottage to a central shop in North Central Austin. I started out with 1,000 square feet and I've now expanded into another 1,000 and it's just been a blast.
You have a real passion for teaching kids. And what is it about teaching children specifically that inspires you? And why do you think it's important that we teach the next generation clothing, sewing, and quilting and these skills?
I think that it's important because kids need to have a creative outlet. And that's my favorite part about sewing is the creativity involved. I grew up in a very creative household. My mom taught piano out of the house. We did all kinds of activities after school. We played lots of instruments and I learned how to sew in that time frame as well. And it just, the joy that kids have when they make something, the pride that they have, the lack of reservations about putting wild fabrics together or putting in a zipper in a project.
They're fearless.
They are completely fearless. And I think I've learned a lot from them. And I hope they've learned something from me. But I've just really enjoyed the creativity and the freedom that kids have.
These days, people can buy almost anything in a mass market or online. What is it about your space, this shop, and coming in and having that experience that makes it different?
We try to really welcome everyone into the store. I have a big passion for customer service. I feel like it's a dying art, and I try very hard to make sure that everybody that walks in the door gets greeted, and if we don't have what they need, they know where they can go. But we have a very modern aesthetic, a lot different than most of the stores in Austin. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't know about sometimes, crave sometimes, appreciate a lot. I love a good rainbow, as you can tell. But I just feel like we welcome everyone here and we want everyone to grow and feel like this is a community space.
Looking at the future and the evolving landscape of quilting and sewing and commerce, what is it that's keeping you going? What is your vision for the future and this craft and art form?
I would like to continue to provide education to the community. I would like the community to feel like they have a space to be creative here, a place to call home, a safe space. I feel like Beehive right now has become something I never imagined it would be. And I think that the possibilities for the future are even greater. I'd like to see more classes for everybody, from beginners to, you know, seasoned seamstresses, to, you know, other crafts as well. And I just like to be available to everyone.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you face, and what are some ways that quilters and community members can help remedy those challenges?
I think weekly I get many people that come in and say, wow, I've never heard of you before. I didn't know you were here. And I've grown organically through word of mouth and through sewing community groups. And that has really been my biggest friend for my shop, was that connection of, you know, somebody coming in and say, I'm going to share with my friends, and they do. And then those friends come in and go, wow, I'm going to share with my friends. And it just is a domino effect. And that's really the most important thing for me, and the best way someone can support the store.
As we wrap up, I would love to hear about your favorite part of teaching. What is it, your favorite part of teaching kids, or maybe one specific example of something that surprised you, or a funny story?
Oh, golly. I have lots of funny stories. I have lots of characters in class. But I think it's just the way that people come up with ideas. In my classroom, especially with kids that I've been sewing with for a while, I allow a lot of freedom. And the projects that they develop are just mind-blowing sometimes. It's really impressive what they produce, the creativity, the artistic expression. And I think that's my favorite part, is seeing everyone's projects.
Well, I love that you have created a space where kids can come and have that freedom of exploration without someone telling them, no, you have to do it this way or that way, or this is wrong. I think that is one of the most important things we can do for kids. Well, for everyone, really.
For everyone.
For everyone, really.
For sure.
I really appreciate that you have created a safe place to do that.
Thank you.
I am here today at Beehive Craft Studio. Let me just turn the camera out. There's Kim in my background. Let me turn the camera around and show you what it looks like. All right. All right, so we're just gonna walk in. It's raining and gross today, but I'm gonna brave it, my curls, so I can show you, give you the whole experience. So, and then we have the cute little chalkboard sign. All right, and I'm gonna get out of the rain. Thank you so much, Kim, for letting us peek behind the scenes at Beehive Craft Studio. What you're creating is really special. A place where people can unplug, get creative, and connect with each other. It's amazing to see how you're passing on the joy of sewing and quilting to the next generation, one stitch at a time. Your shop is such a bright spot in our community where both experienced quilters and complete beginners feel at home. Thanks for sharing your story and for all you do to keep the craft of sewing alive and thriving. I can't wait to see what amazing projects come out of your creative hive next. Please like and subscribe for more fun, and if you want to see another inspiring interview with a cool Austin shop, check out the video on your screen. And never, never forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.